Okay, so welcome everyone, and thank you for taking out time to join this webinar. As you're aware, this is to discuss or to share some information regarding women's health. Especially, we were targeting symptoms that happen because of PCOS, PCOD, and um, stress as a factor that can maybe aggravate these symptoms. And in terms of yoga and Ayurveda, what are the things that to help or to keep these symptoms in check and also to enhance our day-to-day health? So over to you, Dr. Nikhila. We'll open the session for question and answers once Dr. Nikhila indicates for it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hello to everybody. I hope you people have prepared nice questions for me because it's one of very, what you say, vital topics which kind of has health implications beyond a certain level. You might feel like, okay, what is this PCOS or PCOD? You do hear a lot nowadays, I suppose, because it's coming into what you say, a picture. Everybody is kind of getting trying to get the information, and if anything is wrong with our menstrual cycle, we try to investigate. We are becoming more and more alert about our own health, right? So it's very important that we are knowing how our health works, and especially when it comes to girls who are from menarche to the reproductive age. That age period is a lot targeted because of these health issues. Okay, so before we enter into these things, see, menstruation is something which is which kind of we should be proud about, and it is something which has a understanding wherein you are ready to take the human race forward, right? The ladies have that capacity to keep the human race immortal, so they are the one of the vital most important part of that this, and this menstruation enables us. So there should not be any stigma regarding this is the first thing what I would like to tell, because as ladies themselves and as mothers for their girl child also, it is your duty to implement, or maybe any sister or any girl child who is there in your family, it is your duty to implement this knowledge to that child, and the child should not have that fear of why this blood is coming, what is happening to me. It should not become kind of a negative approach towards it, but yeah, it should be more of a positive approach towards it. Then coming to menstrual hygiene is also one of the important things what I would like to, I know it's not just this, but I would like to inform a little bit about it. Of course, we do take care. Some people use sanitary napkins, sanitary pads. Some people use menstruation cup or any other form of this. Even old this Indian tradition wherein the cotton cloth was used. That is also hygienic. It's not. I'm not at all saying that it's unhygienic, but yes, when you are reusing something, it might be a menstrual cup or a cotton cloth, you have to make sure that it is hygienically treated, it is properly cleaned before you reuse it. Okay, so make sure about that. Yes, this menstrual cups are much more environment friendly, so if you are comfortable using them, then I would recommend, it is a very good initiative. And then coming to PCOS and PCOD difference, there is a slight difference between these two conditions. PC, or we might say, like, okay, there are certain things which are common also, and some hairline differences are also there. Now, what happens? Your ovaries, when they are mature enough, they will start producing ovum. Okay, ovum is the female seed. So we have two ovaries by the side of our uterus, and each ovary will alternate. Usually, most of the times it will alternate, and it will produce a cell, female this, which is responsible, which we can call it as female seed as well. Okay, so which gets released, and then it travels through the tube-like structure. So the ovaries are here, it travels through this tube-like structure, and then it enters an area which is your uterus. Okay, and that is the place where it should get where the conception happens. Okay, if you are planning for conception, the sperm will get what you say, joined with the ovary in that area. That is the best area where it should join, and then it gets attached to the wall of that room, and then it develops into a fetus. Okay, so this is the whole idea why the ovum is liberated. Now coming back to the ovaries alternately liberate the cell. Okay, ovum. Now what happens, this is the normal setup, what has to happen. So every month when the one of the cell matures and it is liberated from the ovary, and then it comes inside and it is ready for conception. Now sometimes what happens, if it is not conceived, it just passes on when you have your menstrual period. Okay, now in some cases the liberation of the ovum is a bit early. So that means the ovum is not ready to get conceived, and it is liberated and it travels inside. And even though there is proper environment and everything, it doesn't get the conception this happen. Okay, so this early liberation is one scenario. Now there is another scenario wherein the liberation doesn't happen at all. Okay, the ovum is stuck inside and the cell kind of becomes tough on the sides and it kind of packs it there itself. So the liberation is not at all happening. Even though it is maturing, it is not getting released. Okay, so there are two scenarios now. Now, what happens in PCOD, that is polycystic ovarian disease, is the liberation happens when it is immature. Okay, so immature or improperly matured ovary travels and is liberated and it travels inside. Now, after it is traveling, after it is liberated, the area in that place where it was attached prior, it becomes a little bit tough. Okay, so this is PCOD. Now, what is difference between PCOS? It is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now, here what happens? The liberation doesn't happen. Okay, the ovum gets matured, but it is not liberated. It is kind of encapsulated, and the cyst is formed. Okay, any doubts still here? We'll just move ahead, but I just want to make sure that you are understanding the difference between PCOS and PCOD. So I suppose there are no doubts. Yes, you can ask the questions later as well, but just because when we move ahead, we need to have an understanding, because the reasons for both are a little bit different. Now, PCOD is the most common situation which we find in ladies, and even like young girls also. So PCOD is not that big a issue, because it is many times it is treated by reducing your weight or managing a proper healthy lifestyle, etc. But when it comes to PCOS, the reason behind PCOS is something different. It is more of genetic or hormonal imbalance issue. Hormonal imbalance occurs in both the situations, but in case of PCOS, it is more of because of hormones, the ovum is not released. Okay, so but in PCOD, what happens? The hormonal imbalance starts and the release is immature. Okay, so here it is more related. PCOS is more related, is deeper issue, more deep concerned, whereas the PCOD is something which is not to that level, which is intermediate and still can be corrected. Both in both situations, the hormones get imbalanced, especially the male hormone, androgens, are secreted more. Okay, especially when the cyst is formed, that cyst starts to liberate more of male hormone. Okay, so what happens when the male hormones are liberated? See, we have female hormones and male hormones. Female hormones are responsible for more of female qualities. Okay, it helps in maturing the ovum, it is released, and then its attachment and milk production, all these things are female hormones, whereas male hormones will kind of diminish these female hormones. Female qualities are diminished. Now, how do you understand the difference? When I say male hormones are released more, so it will relate to more of male qualities. Now, what are the male qualities? Usually, the skin becomes thick; it is not soft and supple, and the facial hair start to go right. The male gender, they are identified by these more of body hair, for that matter. Even on the chest and abdomen, you will start to feel the hair are coming up, the facial hair will start, a mustache might start erupting, you might start having hair at your chin, or at the just below the chin, etc., right, on the neck also sometimes. And your body will start to gain weight, especially the abdominal part will become more obese, central obesity, what we say. Your body will start to store more of water, and your hair will start to become thin, or even balding. You might see that there are some patches in between the hairline and all those things. Fine. So these male qualities will start to get imparted in your body. Plus, the menstruation either delays, or it becomes irregular, or it kind of has a lot of gap, etc. And the ladies who are in childbearing age, they might suffer with temporary infertility as well. Okay, so these are the symptoms of PCOD and PCOS. Both symptoms are nearly similar. Okay, only the reason might differ a little bit. Fine. So I hope you are with me till now. We are going very technical, I suppose. Now coming back to the reasons. Okay, so if there are multiple reasons for these, actually the modern science has not been able to identify, pinpointed one particular reason for these both conditions. So that's why they call it as a syndrome, wherein multiple conditions are meeting together, like the weight has increased, and another one is insulin resistance will start. Insulin is a hormone which is secreted by the body, which kind of helps in what you say usage of sugar, which is there in the blood stream, in the best possible way. Okay, it gives you energy, it helps to digest it, and like it provides you energy and all. But if the cells are not able to process this insulin is liberated, but it is there in the bloodstream, but the cells are not able to utilize this insulin. That condition is called as insulin resistance. Okay, in these both conditions, PCOD and PCOS, we do find insulin resistance as well to some degrees. Okay, now the extent of problems or the symptoms might depend on how your this deep your issue is. Okay, the PCOD or PCOS, how deep it is. But the good news is they are to some extent treatable, and to most extent controllable. Okay, so what are the factors which lead to these conditions? The same factors, if you start reverse engineering them, then yes, you get back your health in no time. Fine. Now the reasons, one is genetic reason, which is usually pretty difficult to correct, but yes, it's not like impossible. See, the rule for any genetic disease, for that matter, it might be cancer, it might be diabetes, or anything which runs in like through genes. Okay, so except few conditions which are actually pretty difficult to define specifically. But then these conditions, these are more of environment based. If you are having a healthier lifestyle, if you are having a healthy diet, if you are like keeping your mental health in a proper balance, then you're not giving an environment for these genes to express themselves. Okay, so even if your mother or your grandmother or your other siblings suffer from certain health conditions, it might not affect you. If even if it is there in your genes, it might not affect you. It might, okay, not affect you to much of a extent if you are following a healthier lifestyle. Fine. Now coming back to the reasons, one is genetic, which you can, yes, control to some extent, and then it's not in your hands to some extent as well, but do not worry. The next reasons are the stress, improper binge eating. Stress we consider to be a major cause, because it kind of leads you or pushes you towards different behavioral patterns. Okay, like you binge eat because you are stressed. You don't have to. It is something which you have picked up from the media, that yes, if you binge eat you can manage your stress. No, it's not at all true. Okay, so it is you who have to take out that idea from your mind. Yes, you might feel better when you went out through eating something. You eat chocolates a lot, you eat cheesy fat rich food, yeah, soulful food or something like this. They give the media gives many terminologies to make you fall prey to eat, make you consume these food items. Okay, so don't fall prey to these media stunts. Actually, you would feel better if you eat healthy. Okay, you eat fruits a lot, you will feel much more energized. Those are sattvic diets. Okay, so anything which is freshly prepared food, you cook. If you're feeling stressed out, start cooking or start cleaning your apartment, start exercising, take a walk, go for a what you say, trip. Okay, go for excursion or hike or something. Start to relate your stress to these kind of things, which will actually make you work out better, which will make you eat healthy, and then definitely you will refrain from giving rise to any of these genes to come out and express themselves. Okay, so yeah, stress is a major factor. And then comes the next one, that is obesity. Of course, obesity is also related to stress to some extent. And then again, your eating patterns, your working habit, all these matter a lot. And then there might be some coexisting diseases or conditions like, sorry, excuse me, hypertension or diabetes. These all conditions might also interfere with like expression of PCOD or PCOS. So these might be the reasons. Now, how to tackle these reasons? See, anything, it might be a disease, it might be a health condition. Okay, they have majorly three reasons. Reason one is genetics. Now, genes are something which we can't control, so we'll keep this apart for now. Okay, then what are the other two reasons? Basically, anything you consume, eat, and your activities, day-to-day activities. Okay, so these two things, that is it. If you can control these two things, you will be healthy. If you don't, you end up into certain diseases. Okay, now let us understand what are the diets which kind of what you say, help you to control these things. The diets which help you to reduce weight are also in a way helpful in reducing your these two conditions, PCOD and PCOS. Okay, and one more interesting fact is, if you reduce at least 4 kg of weight, that is the turning point. So as soon as you reduce 4 kg of weight, your body will change, your body's physiology will change, and it will register. Till then it will not register much, but 4 kg plus Yes, it will start to register, and the physiological changes, the hormones start to readjust themselves. The organs, their functions also start to readjust. They start to come back to a healthier setup. Fine. So it is very, very important that you target your weight reduction to a point where your body can register those changes. Fine. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that suddenly you have to reduce your weight. The body will actually suffer if you suddenly reduce your weight. So always slow and steady, and maintenance is a most important point. Okay. Now coming back to the diet. In cereals, I would highly recommend barley, usage of barley, and red rice. Red rice, if it is available, that is awesome. You can definitely go for it. If not, then raw rice is also fine. Then millets are awesome, but don't only make whole of your meal based on millet itself. Okay, so pearl millet is good. Finger millet, foxtail millet, all these different variations of millets are very, very good for you. And but then yes, try to make at least one meal a day which is having maximum portion. At least 60% of the meal is millets. Okay, and then coming back to pulses, horse gram is the best one. Now horse gram, when you are consuming, make sure that you don't have acidity problems, you don't have heat related problems. If you have, then use a lot of ghee, and don't make it too much frequent meal of horse gram. Try to include them into along with what you say, these green gram and black gram also. Those are much better options for you. But horse gram, especially when your period is nearing. Okay, if just a week before that, if you start making soups out of it, or just soak it and mix it with the salad and make different salads out of it, so that also helps a lot. Nicely chew it and enjoy the juices which come out of it, and then it actually, see, mind is very, very important. When you are consuming food, you should like the food also. See, it is not a it is a very, very, what you say, uh, wrong concept that the healthy diet is bad to taste, or it doesn't have any proper taste, it's bland or anything. It doesn't have to be. You will find hundreds of recipes on the net which will give you ideas. Like if you are a sweet kind, you consume, you like more of sweet, so you can definitely search for these food recipes which will help to make this grain in a sweeter form. You can use jaggery. Jaggery is very good for you. But yeah, the taste might not be 100% like when you use lot of butter and cheese, etc. But yeah, you can go for healthier versions of butter, healthier versions of cheeses also. You can definitely eat cheese now and then, but don't make it a regular habit. Okay, our food should, our plate should be balanced plate. And then coming back to the dairy, ghee is the best one. Ghee is your friend. You can use it with every meal, and you can prepare food with it, season with ghee. It is always, it improves the taste, it gives you the digestion increases, it kind of helps in proper digestion as well. And yes, warm food is always the best one. Okay, so how would you feel when I say you sit cozily and drink a bowl of warm, your favorite warm soup? Fine. So just imagine that feeling. And how do you feel? You feel happy, you feel comfortable, right? So anything which is comfortable and happy is the comfort food. It need not be chocolates, or it need not be rich in cheese, etc. Now, turmeric, some of the seasonings are very, very good for you, especially if you're suffering from PCOS or PCOD. The turmeric, ginger, garlic is good for you. Cumin, fenugreek is also very good. Fenugreek especially helps with insulin resistant condition also. So definitely you can go for fenugreek. You can soak them and you can put it in smoothies, or you can put it along with salads, or you can mash them and just consume it with some chutneys, etc. Okay, so definitely you can consume more of fenugreek. Honey is one of the good this, but do not use honey with hot things. You can definitely use honey water or as a as a syrup substitute. You can use honey, and red lentil is very good. Fruits like jamuns and tart foods especially are very good for you. You can definitely go for different herbal teas like jasmine tea is good if you can find, or else green tea is awesome. You can definitely go for green tea. Anything which is you can even season it with a little bit of cinnamon stick. You can dip in the tea a little bit and then take it out. Don't have too much of cinnamon, but yeah, spices and all are to be had in a very limited quantity. But it will, whatever the quantity, if you can include it a little bit, that would be great. And rock salt is always preferred compared to sea salt. But yeah, you can definitely go for sea salt if you don't have any overlapping conditions like hypertension, etc. Then you can definitely go for sea salt. If you have hypertension or any other overlapping diseases, then go for rock salt. Okay, so yeah, and then what you should not have, the diet which should be usually avoided is very refined flour, cheese, processed food items, any processed food items, cheese, etc. Refrigerated food items, too many days it is kept in the fridge, please don't consume it, it's not good for you. But yeah, you should make a difference. There are some items, food items, which should be kept in cold environment, that is okay. But if the food is prepared and then kept in it is refrigerated for a very long duration, like once you are preparing and using the same thing for a month, like dal is cooked and kept, a lot of dal, like 1 kg of dal is cooked and kept in the fridge, and daily you are taking little bit and using it. No, kindly don't do that. If the vegetables are prepared and kept in the refrigeration for like months together, and then like whenever you want, you are taking it out and cooking. Kindly do not do that. At the max, you can go for 3 to 4 days. That is it. Don't go beyond that. You prepare fresh food items, that will always have very good effect on your body and your mind as well. Now coming back to stress again. So stress, as I said, is one of the important triggering factors. Now, how do we take it out of our life? No, we can't take stress out of our life. Okay, we do need stress. Stress is actually good when it is motivating us. Okay, so anything, the simple understanding of stress is more like it is something which is in your physical level or in your mental level. If you have to change, the change will have a new set of environment, the new set of understanding, etc. So sometimes that change might cause certain understanding in our body. So it needs our body to be prepared or our mind to be prepared for that change, right? So that is stress. Now, when we are very much, the environment changes suddenly, then we get fright or flight or fight response, right? So we suddenly, our body is prepared for it. Our body is embedded with these responses to handle the stress. Okay, so this, you please make yourself understand this, that the body is prepared to handle stress. Your mind is prepared to handle the stress. But if it keeps on getting changed continuously, if you are giving a new environment to it continuously, new thoughts are coming up, new situations are coming up where you are constantly getting to face different very challenging situations, then the body will kind of get tired, the mind will get tired, and then the situation kind of angles you rather than being a proper opposing situation, right? So stress is that. Now, when it is positive, to some extent, when it is giving you a positive push towards doing your best, towards going and becoming motivational, becoming more enthusiastic, active, that is a positive stress. Okay, we do need that, right? But when it becomes too much, after a limit, it starts to become bad. Now, this bad stress will have multiple level of side effects. It is something which is like beyond our understanding many a times, the effects. Okay, so it might be related to your mind. You might start with anxiety or depression, or you might go to different mental conditions if you have genetic predisposition towards certain diseases like bipolar, etc. So such diseases you will manifest. Okay, and then it enters into the physical. Anything that has to do with mind will definitely have its implication on the physical body, and anything that has to do with the physical body will definitely have effect on the mind. They are like two sides of the coin. Okay, you cannot separate them. So the stress will start to enter your body, and different systems will react differently. PCOS and PCOD is one of the what you say major diseases which are because of stress. It might even lead to obesity, it might lead to diabetes, hypertension, so many non-communicable diseases. Stress plays a very important point, and that is why you should learn to manage the stress. That is the best part of it. Okay, like it's not like in genetics how you can't manipulate, but in stress you can handle the stress in best possible scenario. Of course, people handle the stress in different ways. Everybody's capacity to handle the stress is also different, but you can build up your capacity to handle the stress in best possible scenario. Okay, so how to build up our capacities? By doing regular yoga, regular exercise. Yoga has, you can read multiple research which have been going on even now, and which have been done. You will get, even if you search yoga plus stress in internet, you will receive so many research articles or research studies which are substantiating that yoga has the best possible scenario to handle your stress. Okay, so find a way of doing yoga that suits you best. If you are more active person, more physical, then you can go for asanas. You can go for different pranayamas, etc., which have more of like what you say, kumbhaka, holding your breath, etc. That is very good. If you are a calmer person, if you are introvert, then simple soothing pranayamas are very good. Nadi Shodhana pranayamas are good. See, Shodhana, when we say, it is cleansing itself. It cleanses your mind, it cleanses your body, right? And then it calms you down. Meditation is one of the best one. But what happens, sometimes people are not meditative immediately. Fine, we do find it a little bit difficult to go into a meditative state. But don't worry, the practice kind of, if you keep on doing it, maybe the approach might be different. You can definitely ask your yoga teacher to personalize a meditative session for yourself. See, based on your likings, your tendency of mind, how much you can concentrate. Based on those things, the yoga teacher can personalize the meditation for you, and do follow it. It can be like a meditation based on a music, or meditation based on something physical like your breath, etc., or meditation based on something visual. Okay, so what kind of person you are, based on that you can go for different meditations, and then slowly it will help you to reach to that ultimate state where you don't need any external stimulus at all, and you can independently do your meditation. So it is a journey, it is a process, and you have to have patience to reach there, and to yeah, like it's not that easy to have control on your mind, right? First start with the physical level, have control on your body, and then definitely it will kind of result. You remember the two sides. If you have control on your physical body, you will definitely start, that is the first step towards controlling your mind. I'll stop here. If you allow me, I'll keep on talking and I'll take the questions.
Do we have any questions from the audience? please, you can share it on the chat message as well, and I will read it out, and Dr. Nikhila will help answer those. So in the meanwhile, Dr. Nikhila, I wanted to also ask that are there medications, and do medication really help in these conditions?
Yeah, there are like modern medications in allopathic system. Not much of medications actually. Very one or two medications are there which are not 100% effective, but even the allopaths recommend reducing your weight, going for a healthier lifestyle, etc.
That's true.
In Ayurveda we do have a proper what you say therapy for it, but it is a combination of medicine and therapy. So we do have panchakarma therapy, wherein it kind of has a positive side effect, I would say, that it reduces the weight also, but then we reset the health through different what you say procedures of Ayurveda. So we have Virechana, Vamana, Basti, enema treatments. There are different types of enema. So those definitely help a lot in maintaining a proper health. We do treat a lot of patients, especially the young girls whose menstruation is irregular and who start to have hair, etc. So they immediately recognize it and they come back. The skin tone changes, the skin thickness changes. You will start to have dark patches or skin tags, etc. Then immediately we go for hormonal tests. And if we find there is an imbalance, then we immediately start with these therapies. And yes, medications are also there. We have a very good set of Ayurvedic medicines, but yeah, you will have to, if you have any of these conditions, then definitely consult Ayurvedic physician. They will be able to guide you in best possible scenario.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We have some questions. Sorry, I'm not able to. Okay. Okay, Srikala wanted to know, is there any yoga pose that will help during our periods?
During periods, I would recommend you go for as much relaxation as possible. Do not go for active asanas, but yeah, you can definitely go for Vajrasana, such asanas wherein you can sit comfortably. Ardha Padmasana is also good, which will help your tone up your back, which will support your back. Such kind of asana, Siddhasana, etc. are good. Not actually Siddhasana when you are having a flow, but yeah, Vajrasana is always good. It helps to relax your lower body and to like reduce the pain, etc. But yes, definitely go for meditation and pranayamas. The pranayama kind of helps to cool you down, to bring, see, mood swings will be there. So it helps to concentrate in best possible way. Of course, meditation might not work out for you if you have these mood swings going on. Your mind will keep on going, diverting. So it might not help, but then you can change the way. You can concentrate on music, your favorite piece of music, or you can concentrate on a smell which is soothing to you. In that way, you can change the meditation pattern. But pranayamas will definitely help you. Do not go for Kapalabhati, etc., which will give pressure on your abdomen. But simple pranayamas, no holding breath also during periods. Try to simple go for single nostril breathing and breathing out, or alternate nostril breathing is also awesome. That actually helps to balance your thought process. It will calm you down, and just relaxing and deep breathing also helps a lot. So simple deep breathing with like abdomen, chest and clavicle, this, and then the yogic breathing, that helps a lot. You can definitely go for breathing patterns rather than postures. And relaxation also helps, like different yoga nidra variations are available, quick relaxation techniques, etc. Those also help you to relax before going to sleep at night. You can definitely go for yoga nidra and then continue to fall asleep. That actually helps.
Okay, thank you. So Shrikala, I just wanted to ask, Are your periods painful or heavy? Because you see, the thing is that a regular practice of yoga, even before or after when you're practicing,
Actually,
not
this
Yes.
question was because I had an endometriosis cyst earlier. So I
Okay.
don't want that to come to my daughter. So she's maybe in the initial state. So what exactly she should start with so that it doesn't
Okay.
carry on.
Okay. That is not during periods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Then,
that it doesn't go to my next generation or something like that. So.
yeah. Then definitely go for abdominal twisting postures are very good for you. Dynamic postures are also very good. But especially the postures where topsy-turvy postures or twisting postures are good for you. So, and then Siddhasana is also good. You can start including some mudras as well in combination with asanas. That helps a lot. This Ardha Matsyendrasana or something, and then like Halasana. But yeah, these are some difficult postures should have like a cyclic, slowly you practice
Build up
this
the
postures
practice.
which are, yeah, easier, and then go for it. You can even go for a very simple, just twisting posture, sitting in any like Vajrasana maybe, or Padmasana, or even Sukhasana. But lifting your spine and twisting is always good for your posture as well as your central obesity. So the postures which concentrate on the abdomen or the thorax are the best ones, and the topsy-turvy postures as well. I wouldn't say exactly Shirshasana if you are not very comfortable, but yeah, to some extent, if you can go for Viparita Karani kind of, this is also with support. Also, if you can do that, help a lot for refreshing this, especially because the blood flow is more towards your spine and brain. That helps a lot in managing multiple conditions. It's not just this, but brain is the master, this which controls everything, right? Even the hormones are controlled by it, so it helps that. And even some pranayamas like Brahmari, etc., which stimulate your brain, which are very awesome. Like they calm you down, but in the same time they stimulate proper functioning of your brain cells, so that definitely helps in reducing these kind of conditions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have more questions, Dr. Nikhila.
Yeah.
So I'll come back to the yoga postures. In the meanwhile, DP has asked, is fennel seeds good for you? And
Yeah.
what to do to help with hair fall?
Yeah. Okay. Funnels are very good for you. You can just chew them after food, or you can put it in any smoothies and all. You can use even as a seasoning. Also, you can use while cooking the food. You can even soak it in water and drink that water. That is awesome. These help in maintaining a proper digestion, especially if you have gas, etc., such like abdominal distension, etc., then definitely fennel seed is your best medicine. And for hair fall, it this our what is it? Sorry, um, methi seeds. Those are actually very good for you. Milk and milk products are good. You can soak some of these. Okay, what is that? This moringa, spinach, etc. These kind of leafy vegetables are very good for you. Drumstick is good. These are rich in vitamins and minerals. So anything which is rich in calcium and iron is good for you. Okay, so beetroot, etc. So colored fruits and colored vegetables are good for you, and milk, especially milk and milk products, you can take. Of course, when you go for cheese, a healthier portion of cheese is always very good. Even cottage cheese, also paneer is very famous in India. Then you can definitely go for cottage cheese, but make sure that you are not consuming cheese, or you're not making cheese or paneer as the major portion in your diet. But yeah, definitely you can go for this fenugreek seeds. Okay, fenugreek seeds you can soak and you can consume them. Actually, it is very good for for multiple conditions. So sugar also will be in control. If you are prone to diabetes, if you have a family history of diabetes, then you can start these practice consuming fenugreek seeds in the morning. First thing in the morning is always good. They also help in this externally also. You can apply, you can make paste of it, or you can soak them. You can make them into like soak them and then dry them and then put it in oil and boil it, or make powder or paste of it and boil in the coconut oil or olive oil also. You can mix in that and apply it to your hair, massage on a daily basis, and like keep it for 1 hour and then wash it off. That also helps in hair growth a lot. One thing which we should be very careful about hair is, or your head, because it contains many sense organs in it, right? So we have to be very careful and what you say, kind of kind towards ourselves. Don't use very hot water for showering. Okay, always use warm water. Warm water will not trouble or scrub off all that oil, as these our skin produces a lot of oils which are actually kind of protective towards our skin. Okay, they help in managing our skin in best possible scenario. So we need to wash these oils when they are produced excessively, but when they are produced in a proper way, proper quantity, they kind of protect us. Okay, so don't use very hot water for your hair. But yeah, you can definitely, and keep yourself hydrated also. Drink enough water based food items are also good. Buttermilk is awesome. You can even soak the fenugreek seeds and put in buttermilk. That is also good for you. So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Shri Prada was also asking, um, very valid question. For young generation, how to motivate them to get involved with yoga?
See, if you find the answer for that question, it's not just young generation, it's about every generation, every person. So I'm sure it will be $1 million answer, $1 million question, $1 million answer. But yeah, see, motivation, yeah.
So
Aradhana, please.
basically, Shri Prada, it is very important. A lot of times motivation only comes from within.
Yeah.
And sometimes there are reasons that push you into it. Like, for example, how Dr. Nikhila said that there is, there is some amount of stress that pushes you into a positive direction. So sometimes stress can actually lead us to that. Also, I think there is a myth around yoga that yoga is very boring.
Yeah.
Which is not true.
Yeah.
So things that what young generation like is they want to look nice, okay? They want to have good
Yeah.
hair. They want to
Yeah.
grow tall. They want to
Yeah.
reduce acne. So, I Google around all these things. So if you have any tips, like, which will help them to any yoga poses, which tells them that, you do this, you grow taller. Any poses that tells them that you do this, your acne reduces. So that's the reason that, if
Yeah,
a
but I
doctor
think
has anything handy in her hand, so I was thinking
Yeah.
that,
what do you do,
suggest-
Shripada? Are you teaching yoga?
No, I don't teach yoga. I mean, I used to, do it regularly, but I had some travels in between, so I have temporarily stopped, but I've started again. It
Okay.
is
Are you
good.
practicing on Shvasa?
Yes.
Okay. Great. Great.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I know I'm self-motivated because, for health purpose, especially.
Right.
So, but young kids, they feel that, health and everything, they're pretty much fine. I know. So, but I know that it is good if they start at the early age. And
Very
some,
true.
yeah, and I was thinking that if you have some tips that can help them, right?
See, if it depends on personality. If the mostly youngsters like something very fast and dynamic, and
Yes,
which can give the result instantly, right?
exactly,
So
exactly.
you can definitely start with dynamic yoga postures for them. That
Yes.
actually kind of attracts them. That will help them shape their body in better way also. And
Mhm.
especially the postures like topsy-turvy postures, what we say, where you bend or you lift your legs up. Those postures wherein the blood circulation increases towards your head are always good for your eyes, your all the sense organs which are situated in your head, eye, nose, ears, even your tongue, your mouth, and your hair as well. And especially for your skin. Okay, the facial skin is the one where, see, acne problems have multiple reasons for them. One, the PCOS, PCOD also might result into these excessive oil secretion, because of which when the pore gets clogged, the acne will form. Or else they are not maintaining a proper hygiene, because there is a lot of pollution outside. And if you're traveling in the pollution and coming back and you're not washing your face, then that will also lead to hair fall, as well as even hair roots get clogged, and the acne. Or if there is dandruff, so dandruff also leads to acne many a times, hair fall, as well as the powder, fine powder, which we don't actually see properly, will start to get deposited on your this. The best way to identify is if you have acne on your forehead, your cheekbones, your shoulders, and upper part of your chest and back, or even arms, upper arms, that is due to dandruff. Those eruptions are due to dandruff. Okay, so you have to have multiple this approach when you have to take care of your dandruff, as well as your facial this. So definitely the postures will increase blood circulation, and it can be solution to both scalp related health issues and your skin also. So yeah, regular exercises, bending forward or topsy-turvy postures do help in improving blood circulation towards the scalp and facial skin. So if you can challenge them that if you practice these postures for 15 days on a regular basis, okay, definitely, I'm sure I see that I give therapeutic this, right? So along with Ayurveda, I also ask them to perform yoga. So definitely it gives results. I have seen in 99% of the cases, if there is nothing which is systemically wrong, like which wherein like internally your hormones are imbalanced, then yes, it becomes a bit difficult. But even those get corrected to some extent by doing the postures, etc. Right? So there will definitely be result if they are doing it on a regular basis. And once if they find a result, if youngsters that I have observed, if they feel that yes, I'm getting results by this, by doing something like this, then they are hooked on it. They will
Yes. That's the
definitely
reason that I asked you
continue.
that, if there is
Yeah.
any post that will really show results.
Definitely. You can give anything which are bending forward, like by, or even sitting forward also, Paschimottanasana, Padahastasana kind of postures, or the like Halasana, Viparita Karani, or this anything like which will improve shoulder stand also you can go for. Even Chakrasana, such postures are very good for this improving blood circulation towards face and scalp.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So the key, I think, is regularity and having a
Yes.
well-rounded practice. I mean, practicing one posture or two postures once in a while is obviously
Yeah.
not going to
Yeah.
help. But I think challenge is definitely something that can invite the younger generation into yoga. Like, can you really
Yes.
do this? Can you do this?
Yeah, yeah.
Or I challenge.
I have seen so many girls actually. We get many girls who are suffering because of these PCOS or PCOD, obesity, etc. So that is the first thing what they notice when they start to gain weight, or the hair start to hirsutism starts. So they come and then they say that no, we don't want to go through multiple. This Ayurvedic diet is so time consuming. Our yoga postures are time consuming. We'll go for crash dieting we'll go for intermittent fasting or keto, and then we'll go for gymming and all. But I have found that that doesn't work. Maybe in keto and all, you might lose weight to some extent, to some time, and then it has very, very serious health issues. If you do the research, type keto related health issues in net, you will find very grave health issues. Doctors are not recommending them, even the modern doctors nowadays. Fine, there should be a balance. And after gymming also, even if you are doing gymming, weight training and all are started to reduce the weight, and then they end up with back pain, etc., because there is also, it is combined with bad posture. Many girls nowadays, they don't have a proper posture, they don't sit properly, they slouch, they don't walk properly, they don't come out, mostly they are sitting and working and studying, so their posture also is bad, and they end up in having one or the other spine related health issues as well. But if you come to yoga, your first thing what happens is your posture correction, and you start to have a proper understanding, you elevate yourself, you have a good mental setup in yoga, and that goes a long way. Maybe it might not be very immediate, but then even if you're doing for 15 days a proper tailor-made yoga practice and tailor-made diet, go a long way. So I'm sure they will start to find the results as less as 15 days also. Yeah.
Thank you. Shrikala, so I'll also announce the classes on, for this particular, like you said, for hormonal imbalances, etc., on Shvasa. We are about to start those. I'll just announce that once I've completed the questions. Shrikala was asking Dr. Nikhila, is there any Ayurvedic medicine that can be taken to control pain or cramps during periods instead of ibuprofen? Does ashwagandha?
Ashwagandha, you can take prior as a tonic, that is a different thing. But I would recommend very simple one I'm telling is Shankhavati. So you can write down, or should I type it here?
Yes, you can type.
Yeah, if you can type, that would be good.
I've heard about it. Yes.
Okay, so I have sent a message here. So Shankhavati is a very simple herbo-mineral medicine of Ayurveda. It has Shankha, that is the conch. So it is burnt, and its ash is used to prepare this medicine, and it is very good for pain release, as well as, see what happens when the menstruation starts, our digestion is also hampered, and the pain, the muscles are cramping in. So muscle cramping is required for the uterus to throw out the whatever the scraping has come, the internal membrane is shedding. Okay, so that shedding, it cannot come out, flow out on its own. So the uterus kind of gives a pulsating movement to throw it out. So those muscle crampings are actually required, but sometimes what happens, those are very severe, very fast and very aggressive. So we need to slow it down, but not stop it. So if you take muscle relaxant like mefenamic acid, etc., so those kind of ease out on these muscle crampings, and the flow will kind of get slowed. So it is not recommended to take such medications, but yeah, ibuprofen is the safest one comparatively, so that you can definitely take if it is too much of a pain for you. But definitely try on Shankhavati. You can take just before food, it has to be taken. So try to have it 3 times a day if it is very severe, or 2 times a day also is fine. For 2-3 days continuously you can take, and try to switch your diet towards something which is warm and sweet and liquidy. Okay, like you can go for comforting soups, or even sweets are also okay. Some pudding, etc., which is warm, and there's like kheer kind of things are also very good. So those also help in reducing the pain. Okay, so those you can definitely go for. Don't go for hot water bag on your abdomen during periods. It will increase bleeding. Okay, but instead you can go for warming hot water bath on your thighs and lower back to some extent, the sides. Okay, not exactly on the lower back, but on the sides, the kidney area, you can give a little bit of warm heating pads, or hot water bag is also okay. Thighs are also okay. You can definitely
Before the onset of the periods, I do get migraine kind of headache. And when I checked with my gynecologist, she said that it does come for women and ibuprofen is the only solution. But I really don't like to take ibuprofen. So I try to see that at least a week before I'm eating something like this. So I heard that ashwagandha leha helps for
yes,
this.
it
So
does help. Shatavari is the better one. If you can
okay.
go for Shatavari Leha, that is awesome. That is very good for females actually. So early morning, 1 spoonful if you take and consume a little bit of milk over it, and then wait till you get hunger before you go for breakfast. Let the body digest that leha, and then you eat breakfast. If you can continue this practice, that is good.
Okay.
Not just before a week or something, but on a regular basis also you can consume. That helps regulating this PCOD, PCOS as well. So you can definitely go for Shatavari. As we also have granules available now, Shatavari granules are also available. So you can just like how you use any Horlicks or Bone Vita or any such products. In the same way, you can spoonful of granules, you can mix with warm milk and consume it. It helps a lot. And especially when it comes to headache, if you have headache, then limit spicy, sour food just at least like 1 week before your menses. That helps. And taking steam helps. If you start to experience headaches, take a little bit of steam. That eases the blood vessels and helps to release that tension.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. One more question from Anamika. That's any medicine for regular periods? I didn't get my periods for 2 months. I am 43 years old, working woman.
Then if you're 43-year-old, then definitely it might be onset of menopause. So you have to check that. You can do blood tests which will tell whether you are in menopause or not. Or you can, if it is like extending, if this is the first time that the gap has happened, you can actually go for this okay, I'm just thinking which medicine is safer to tell. Okay, Dashamula Jeera Karishta. Okay, I'll just type it. That definitely you can take after food. Dashamula. Okay, so this you can definitely go for around 15 ml with 30 ml of warm water. So after food.
What does this do, Dr. Nikhila? Like, how does this help?
So this, see, our female, this is Agneya, we say, like Artava is Agneya. So it will kind of help in, it will push in making this ovum like ripen and get released.
Okay.
So that these anything that is a horse gram soup also you can consume. You don't have to go to medicine itself. There are food items which are very good for you daily on daily basis. If you are taking horse gram soup, of course it will increase a little bit of heat in you, but that is good for releasing the ovum from the ovary. Okay, so you can try that for a week, and if it is still not working, then go for this medicine. Take it twice a day, after food, after breakfast and after dinner, with warm water, and I'm sure it will help. And still if the menses are not coming, then definitely go for consultation, a proper consultation, and get yourself analyzed. There might be other reasons also. pregnancy cannot be ruled also. You have to make sure that you are not pregnant as well. So yeah, because it doesn't mean like, yeah, you can get pregnant, even the elderly pregnancy is possible. So rule out that as well, first thing. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Nikhila. So, so I'll take this opportunity to let everyone know that we're also coming up with certain special classes for women, which is related to PCOS, PCOD. So, like she said, right, that in medical terms there is no definite cure to it. But we are 100% sure that having a certain type of lifestyle can keep the symptoms in check for sure. And yoga is definitely something that will help balance your stress, keep your body in check, also help you lose weight. So we have these special classes. I am putting up a Google form on the chat window, and would request you all to please um, fill it up. There are timings of the classes mentioned in the Google form itself as the last question. So those who are already subscribed and are practicing with Shvasa, you can see it in your usual schedule and you can book those classes. For these classes, if you want, you can also get your friends, your relatives, your siblings, or if you have your daughters, please ask them to join, take a trial, join at least 3 classes with us. And this will run for the whole week, coming week. We'll have 3 classes every day. So you can join any that is convenient. And yeah, we will be discussing specific postures, specific. So Shriprada, to answer your question, we will be, practicing specific practices which will help in these conditions for sure. And moving forward, we will have these classes regularly, but this is for the coming week, it's a focused program. So we would really encourage everyone to join and see how it is helping you. These are 45-minute sessions on Shvasa, practice sessions. Yeah. Someone mentioned, can I talk to you later? Okay, can we have some classes for kids yoga? How old, as in what is the age of kids being referred to here? 5, 10. Okay. So as of now, we do have certain teachers who can take this, but we don't have group classes for kids. We can do some 30-minute one-on-one sessions with the kids as well. But very soon we'll definitely come up with yoga for kids as well. We'll definitely come up and it'll be announced for sure. Okay. Anything else anyone wants to ask Dr. Nikhila? Last chance. Great. I think no more questions, Dr. Nikhila. And thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for staying with us here and spending your Saturday morning with us. I hope it was helpful. And we'll see you again in one of the other webinars or in the Shvasa classes soon. Thank you.
Thank you, and all the best to everybody. Thank you.
Thanks.
See you again.